We start tonight with breaking news as an officer was shot and a suspect killed during a shootout in Spencer earlier this evening. Welcome to Western Mass News at 11. I'm Amanda Martin-Ryan. Our reporter Addie Patterson live in studio with everything we know so far about the incident. Addie, what can you tell us?
Amanda, that officer is part of the Millbury Police Department and SWAT team that was called to the scene just off of Route 9. The shootout happened just before 5:30 tonight after the suspect barricaded himself inside a Family Dollar store at the Big Y Shopping Plaza. 12 minutes earlier, police were called to the location of 20 Main Street in Spencer for reports of a gunshot wound. A person matching the suspect's location was located at West Main Street, produced a gun and shot at officers before they fled to the Family Dollar. There, officers entered the store where a Millbury officer was shot several times and is in the hospital recovering. Officials say he's in stable condition and is expected to survive. The officer was a part of the Central Massachusetts Law Enforcement Council, a unit which responded to the barricaded suspect incident.
I'd like to assure the residents of Spencer that this was a isolated, targeted event, and there's no danger to our community.
Another crime scene was reported about a mile away from the shooting. However, authorities have not confirmed if the two are related. Route 9 between West Main Street and South Spencer Road are temporarily shut down while the investigation continues, and police have asked drivers to avoid the area. Western Mass News will continue to bring you the latest information on this incident, both on air and online, as those details come into our newsroom. Reporting live in studio, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.